I'm Donna Conrad in the studio. In sports, a dynasty usually refers to a team that dominates their sport or league for an extended length of time. In recent history, we've seen it with the 1990 Chicago Bulls, Tom and Bill Belichick's New England Patriots, and in the Brazos Valley, we have the Snook Bluejays basketball program, who still hold the record for the most basketball state titles in Texas high school history. Snook's boys basketball program began to see success in the mid to late 1960s, which is where J.W. Sebesta remembers watching games when he was in grade school.
I vaguely remember that, even though I was real young. But even as they started going to state tournaments quite often, I'd go with my relatives. And back then it was Gregory Gym on the University of Texas campus. And it's like going to the Super Bowl, basically, here for folks in Snook to go watch the state tournament.
By the time Sebesta graduated high school, he had been a part of back-to-back state championships in 1978 and 79, laying the foundation for the next group of players to continue building on. In 1980, Donnie Victoric, a two-time Snook basketball state champion from the 60s, was announced as the next head coach.
It was the sweetest thing that I could ever describe. Because after the school board meeting, and Coach Horn, who was also the superintendent, called me and said that I had been named the next basketball coach, I thanked him and tried to sleep that night, had a hard time. But when I walked in the school the next morning, there were 5 seniors coming back that were going to be seniors that were off that team. And they said, "Here's our next state champion, coach."
And they were right. Victoric, without missing a beat, led the Bluejays to another 5 consecutive state titles. We got a dynasty going on here. When did that ever come to mind, or were you just...
It never came to mind. All we wanted to do was win. And I knew I had the guys that would win for us, you know. I never thought about it.
The players expected to win. They put in the work, of course, but to Victoric and the coaches that came before him, they always felt it went beyond the hardwood.
We were just as concerned, maybe even more concerned, about developing young men that will grow up and be successful in life. And if they were able to do that, then the success would come. And like I said, they bought into it. We led, but they did the work, and they're the ones that...
Victoric, along with Jimmy and Don Horn, who all coached throughout the Bluejays dynasty, were inducted into the Texas High School Basketball Hall of Fame. Friday night will be the first time this group has been honored at the school 40 years after their magical run came to an end.